friends, very warm welcome to Coding Techniques again. Today I'm going to teach you how to work with multi-date time thing, alright? So we will see how to use the multi-date selection and whole lot of stuff, not using any third-party library, but in fact we will use the ion-datetime itself because it is upgraded to the latest version in Ionic 6.2. So 6.2 is also released. I'll talk all about this in this particular video. So let's see what is there in this particular video. So let's quickly dive into this video right now. So in this lecture, at first we are going to see how to create a new project. So this is the thing that you can create a new project with. So this is the code Ionic start, then the app name you can write out there, then a blank one, then dash type equals to Angular if you're going for the Angular framework. Otherwise you can select the other frameworks also if you want to work with that simply. Alright, then you go inside that particular folder and simply type code space dot so that you can open the application in Visual Studio Code. That is how it is being used, and I am out here. So let me just cut this one. I don't need to save it. I'll hit don't save and I'm into the home page now. So this is the project structure that we have out here as of now, right? And this is the home page where I have cleared all this stuff, and from the CSS also I have cleared everything. So you can do the same and have this code out here, all right? Simply. So now I'm running Ionic serve and you can see out here in the browser, it is showing the application running pretty nicely. Now what we are going to start with. So we are going to start with date time model, how it actually works and everything I'll show you out here. But first of all, let me just show you the documentation of Ionic. Out here, I'm already into the Ionic framework docs where I'm going to the components, and out there I'm looking for ion-datetime. So in ion-datetime, they have released a new version of that because it is attached to Ionic version 6.2 that is recently launched. Alright, and in that they have introduced newer version of ion-datetime with lot of features which we needed. So out here, at first you can see the basic uses. We can directly use it as per the earlier version only, which I've already shown you in the earlier videos, right? And there are a lot many things. There is the new introduction of this particular component ion-datetime-button, which we are going to use just now. But let me just show you what are all these stuffs. Okay, so this is the same thing only, but yeah, is date enable, is weekday or not. So you can do a lot of stuff out here, alright, and everything is given pretty nicely. So the documentation is more organized this time. So without wasting any more time, let's jump into the implementation of this particular component. So out here, what am I going to do? In the ion content, I'm going to work with the ion-datetime now. But at first, let me give some color to my ion toolbar. Let me give it tertiary color. Let's see how it looks like. Alright, looking better. Now in the ion content, what am I going to do? I'll paste some code. In order to do it quickly, I'll paste some code quickly and explain you the stuff what exactly I'm doing. So I'm just using an ion-datetime-button out here whose slot will be end because we are in the ion item where I have already given an ion label. You can see out here the position is fixed and it is named as ion-datetime. So I want the button to be out here, the ion-datetime button. Okay, that is why I've given slot end, and out here ion-datetime will be my ID, which will indicate that particular model, because this is the use case of an ion-datetime button that you can call a model directives. Now what I'll do, I'll simply paste one more thing out here, which is ion model, and there is a property called keep contents mounted. So it will be mounting the contents at the hovering, or you can say that, okay, in the air it will be. So I have kept it true, and in the ng template I am simply passing ion-datetime, which we have already used, right? And where I need to pass the same ID. So this particular one should be same as this one, then only it's going to correlate with this. Otherwise it's not going to work. Okay, now you can see as soon as I have given this up, this is coming up. I can see the date and the time together, and there is a event ion change where I have called a function called change. Let me have it in my TypeScript out here. So I'm into the TypeScript and I'll simply paste it event, and I'll log this particular event in this particular manner. Alright, the errors are gone, I suppose. Okay, this error is still there. I don't know why this is creating an error. It is not detected as an Ionic component as of now, but still the things will work properly. So if you still want to remove this, you can simply use custom element schema. I'll show you how it needs to be done. So I'll go to the home module.ts file, and out here after the declaration, let me have something called schemas, right? Where I'll pass an array, and within that custom element schema, I'll simply pass it. Okay, as soon as I pass this, okay, there is an extra comma. I don't know why it came up, but anyways, So after passing this up, let me just close it. Now I'll go to the HTML. You can see this is gone. So it won't detect any error now in the HTML. That is not actually good, because even if you are typing some other content or component name, let's say ion app le, okay, it does not exist, right? But it is not giving me the error. You can see out here, right? What is this error? No, you can see now there is no error, but this component does not exist. So that is the problem out here if we do that up. Okay, so that is why I won't recommend that, but still if you are confused, you can simply use it up to remove the error which you are facing as of now. Maybe in a later stage you won't face this problem. Okay, so I'll simply comment this up for the time being and remove it from here. If you want, definitely you can use it up. Now what I'll do, as this is working, so let me just show you the implementation. If I click on it, you can see this is the keep mounted, what was it, keep contents mounted. So this is mounting on top, right? And it is looking pretty lovely. So you can simply select any date like 17. I'm selecting out here and it is changed to 17. Then simply click outside and it is gone. Similarly, you can change the time also as per the requirement. Click outside and it's gone. Okay, time is changed out here. And whatever you are changing out here, you can simply check it in this particular manner in the console log, because we are calling the event, right? So when the event is getting triggered right now, I have the date, and after this date, I have the second event that will have the date and time. So in both the cases, I have date and time. Okay, you can see out here 4:37 and in here 12:37. So date and time both are coming together in this particular event. So that is pretty awesome, I would say. So it is working pretty nicely. Even you can work with buttons also. We'll check one by one everything. Now this is working. So the next thing I want to show you is separately date and time. How we can do that up. So for doing that up, what I'll do out here in the ion item, I'll create two more ion item. In this particular manner, I have already pasted it. So these are the two ion item. You can see the date time. This ID is changed to date and the other one will be time. Okay, so I have changed the label also for each one of those. You can see out here, right? Similarly, I'll have the ion model also for both of this. Let me paste it out here. So these are the two ion model that I wanted for this date and time. So now you can see out here, I have the date out here for the date one and time out here for the time one. You can simply change it. Click on this and select this up. It's going to change. All right, out here you change it and it's reflecting out here. And if you want to check the event, because I'm using the same function, so the event is getting triggered. All right, as this was changed. So out here I have date and time. Obviously it will give date and time, and out here also I have date and time, but the time is different. So you can simply use the date format to get only the time or date as per your requirement. Alright, so this is the whole thing about this ion-datetime button. Let's check the documentation, what is exactly available out there, anything else. So if I just scroll down, first week of the day also you can trigger. You can just check it out here for the code. Okay, this is the property that you can use, or I would say the attribute that you can use. Then time label also you can change, I suppose, out here in this particular manner. You just need to pass the slot. We will check that also. And what else we have seen as of now, this is a presentation. So presentation, well, I have already given out here. You can see the presentation time, that is why it is showing time. If I give out here date dash time, then what will happen? It is showing date and time together, right? So that is what happens out here. I have not given any presentation in the date time because the default one is date and time. Okay, so that is why you need to be pretty careful with all this presentation also. All right, once you have seen that, let's check other things, what exactly you need to do. Okay, this is another thing. You can simply select year also, month, year. These are the selections that is also available. All right, time selection is we have already seen. So you can simply check for this month, year also. If you want to, you have month, year, year, month or year. So you have all this stuff. I'll show you just one of those. So let me simply copy this up. Okay, and I'll paste it out here. Let me name it as month, year, and this will be month, year. Okay, then similarly out here I'll create another ion item in this particular manner, and I'll change it to month, year, and this will be month, year. All right, you can see out here month, year is showing up. Click on it and you can select the month and year pretty nicely, right? It's working, correct? And if you want to see the implementation in the event one, this is the event that is getting triggered. In the month, year, this is the value in date and time only. So you can get the month and year from here itself directly by using the date time date time format. Yeah. Anyways, moving ahead, let's check the documentation again for other stuff. There is a multiple date time also. Date selection we have seen. Okay, wheel style picker. I'll show you that one also. Don't need to worry about it. Multiple date selection. So let's work with that and I'll show you the wheels. Prefer wheel style also. Okay. So now let me show you the wheel one at first. I'll have another ion item out here within which this will be wheel date time and I'll call the ion date time button whose slot will be n and date time. I've given this particular ID. So let me have an ion model for that also. So out here at the very end, what am I going to do? I'll paste this up. So this is the model that I'm going to use. You don't need to use all this stuff, only giving the presentation, which is date and time because I want to use date and time out here. And the ID is important, okay. Prefer will to true is important because that is the styling that we are using out here. That is why I've given this particular name. Okay, and after that ion change, definitely you can give it up. The rest of these things you can simply skip for the time being. Okay, I'll explain you one by one what is all this about. Okay, but let's see what exactly it shows up out here. So out here you can see date and time is showing together. Earlier it was not showing it together. So in the wheel one, if I click on that, you can see this wheel is coming up where I can simply move, scroll and do all the stuff which is needed. Okay, so out here you can also see that the buttons are coming up. Reset, never mind and all set. That is a name that I have given. If you don't give this stuff, let me just remove these things or comment this up. Let's see what happens. Alright, now if I click out here, you can see these are the default button that is showing up. All set, never mind, right? And this text also I've given out here. If I don't give this text also, let's see what happens. I'll remove it. And now if I click out here, you can see cancel and done are the default ones. Okay. And you can change the text in this particular manner the way that I have given. Alright, you can simply change it. Let's see. You can see the text are changed. Now if you don't want to change in this particular manner, or you want to use this particular button, say like you want to use 3 buttons. So you can simply use this up, give the colors that you need out here and the text that you want to showcase out here. Alright, now if I click on it, you can see it is showing the same buttons. Now if I simply remove this up also, let's see what happens. Cut, I'll click out here again. You can see these are the names that are being taken automatically, not the earlier ones. So it is getting overridden, right? So you can still have this button's name to be changed out here, but this will override this particular text out here. Alright, so this is the whole thing about wheel date time also. If you want to have a look out here, let me just do one thing. It is not visible out here as of now. Key, I'll give a class ion text wrap because I want to show you the whole text. Okay, the size is reduced maybe, but anyways, that's looking nice, right? But there is one thing out here which is not needed, I suppose, this particular one. So let me remove it. Not needed. Okay, this is needed because, alright, I just forgot. Because this is used for identifying this particular one. So that is why I have given this up. I just forgot. This is a reference. So datetime.reset. So it will reset the stuff. Let me just show you out here. If I click on this reset one, you can see the date and time is taken to the actual one. Means the current one, okay, when I'm shooting the video. Now if I change it, never mind means cancel, I suppose. Yeah, but it is not getting cancelled. Why? All set. Okay, all set function is also not working over. Not pretty much sure. Never mind should cancel it. No, it's not working. Only the reset one is working. That's pathetic actually. But if I don't give this up, let's see what happens. Let's try this time. Okay, this is done. I'll click on all set and it is getting disappeared, but that is not working in this particular manner. Why is that so? That's pretty strange. Should have worked because you can use this these buttons anywhere you want. Like you can use it out here also and out anywhere else too. Okay, so that's pretty fine, but I'm not sure why it is not working out here. All set. No, this particular function is not getting triggered out here. That's awkward. But why the reset function is getting called if that's the scenario? Again, the reset function is getting called but not the other two. Alright, if still it doesn't work, you can keep the default one. That's gonna be fine, I suppose. So what I'll do, I'll simply comment this up and keep the default ones because I don't think that is working nicely. So I'll just keep the default one out here. Never mind, disappearing. All set. It's working. Let's see the documentation also out here for the wheel one. Well, everything looks fine, whatever we have done out here, right? Now for the multi-date selection, well, there is one thing you need to remember, that multi-date selection doesn't work with ion date button. Ion date time button. So we have to pass it directly. Okay, so that is why either you have to use it directly or you have to pass it within a model, but you have to call it without using the ion-datetime button because it won't accept. Let me just show you out here. Maybe somewhere it was written does not accept multiple date time. Somewhere it was to be written not given out here. So this is one of the examples that you can see. Okay, well, not given actually. So somewhere or the other I just read it. Okay, in the documentation I have to find it up, but never mind. That is true actually, it doesn't work. Now what I'll do, I'll go out here and everything I've shown you as of now I'll simply work with the multiple date time. But actually it is multiple date, not multiple date time also, because in documentation you will see, let me just scroll down out here, multiple date selection. That's what you can do as of now out here. Okay, you can select multiple dates and you will get the result out here pretty nicely. So what am I going to do? I'll go to the application and out here after the ion item, what I'll do, let me have this up out here. Okay, so this is the code that I'm going to use for the multiple date time. Let me align it properly. Alright, it is aligned now. So show default title, I've set it to true. You can get this particular title if you just give this up. If I don't give this up, let me cut this. Okay, still it is showing up. So what's the thing? Okay, I have given the title, my mistake. This is the title one. If I remove it, you won't see any title out here, but still if I just give this up, you can see select date is the default title, and this is how you can change the title name if you want to, by using the span inside the ion-datetime, which comes in very handy in some cases if you want to change the title on your own. Now presentation, obviously it's date because we cannot give date time. If I just type out here date time, you will see that there will be a problem. You can see out here time, invalid time, and you cannot select a proper time, I suppose. If I still do that up, it won't take it. Yeah, and you can see out here there is a warning, multiple date selection is only supported for presentation date. So that is clearly written out here, so don't try this. Okay, as of now out here multiple to true, you have to set it up, otherwise it won't work. You won't be able to select multiple date. If I remove it up, you can see only one date is selected by default, the first one. So I'll just undo this up. Now this values, I have set this values. You can set n number of values out here. If I remove it up, then you can see out here there are no dates selected. If I select some, if I click on it, it's getting selected, right? And if I just go to somewhere else, not August, let's see in September. So now if I check it out here, how many dates I'm going to get? 4, right? So August, then this is for the September. So you can select multiple dates from different months too. Okay, so this is working pretty nicely out here. This is how multi-date selection is actually working in this particular manner. Now you can give the color also. I've given the color tertiary to this one. If I don't give this up, let's see what happens. If I just cut this and I select some of those, okay, the default color is still the same where it is getting impacted. If I undo this up and change this to success, let's see what happens. And let me have the values also. So I'll simply have the values out here, the default values, and you can see this is coming as the greenish color, the success color, right, that we have in our themes variable.xcss. So this is how you can change the color. Now coming to the size. Well, if I just don't give this size to be covered, let's see what happens by default. You can see by default it is taking this much of size. Okay, and it's I think little hard to center it up. Maybe I have tried, I didn't succeed in that. So passing cover as a size will take the whole size, okay, of the screen. That's pretty good, I think. You can use it up. Alright, so this is how you can use an ion-datetime for multiple date selection. Now if you want to pass some class or do some styling on your own, then you can simply pass a class out here. I pass multi-class, okay, any name you can pass out here, with which I'm going to work in the global.scss. So let me just go to the global.scss and let's work out there with this particular one, because anywhere else if you define it up, it won't work. You have to do it out here only, because it is written in the documentation. I'm not saying on my own. If I just go towards the bottom, let me just check it out here, custom CSS properties, or let me just scroll down only. Then you will be able to see each and every stuff. Show default buttons, you have already seen this up, right? How you can change it up and how you can customizing button elements. This is how you can do it. Well, it doesn't work out here also, I suppose, maybe. I'm not sure. Anyways, how you can theme your application, that is what it is shown. Sorry, not the application, the ion-datetime component. This is what it is shown out here, and this is how you can pass the color. But you in the global.scss as well, you have to pass the color rows in the root. Okay, in the theme variable.scss also you can do the same. That is a proper way to do that up. Okay, then out here you can pass a lot of stuff. In fact, This is the thing that you can work with ion datetime, and there are certain custom properties that you can apply. This is the one: background RGB, title color also you can change. All right, so let's try this up now. So I'll go to the application, and out here I'm going to try this now. So let me paste the code, then I'll explain you directly. So this is the designing that I have used. I've given the background to be this light color, okay, or actually the, what do I say, the rose color that I have given out here. All right, you can change it as per your requirement. I can give the primary color also, or the tertiary color if you want to. Let me copy it up. I'll comment this, and I'll have out here dash background. Let me directly write it down. It won't take long, right? Dash ion color. Let's say tertiary only. Okay, let's check it out this time. You can see this is the color already showing up, looking lovely, right? But I think let me have this color only. Okay, so I'll simply comment this and use this one. Okay, then background RGB. So what it does is the primary background of the datetime component in RGB format. So that is what you have given. So I've given out here in RGB format, we have given the same color only. This is the one. Then the title color out here, I think this is the title color. Maybe let me just try this up. I'll give success. Let's see if it gets changed or not. You can see this is getting changed, right? So I'll just undo that, and this is changed back again. So this is working nicely. Then the box shadow is this particular shadow that is showing out here. All right, you can simply change it as per your requirement. Then the border radius, you can already see out here there is a border radius in each direction, right? So that is also working pretty nicely, the border radius one too. So this is how you can give, but you cannot change the font size out here. I tried this up. Well, that is not working. Directly you cannot pass font size to be, let's say 20 pixels. It will be bigger, but it won't reflect out here. I don't see. What if I change it to 10 pixels? You won't see any change out here. Just focus on that, right? I didn't see any change. So that is why this thing is not working, but I've shown you all the possibilities that can be done. And yeah, in order to remove these errors, well, I have already shown you how to do this out here. Simply have this and it will go away. Just import it up out here and it will go away. That's it. All right. So this is the whole stuff about implementing the multiple date time. Sorry, not time, the date. And I think I have not shown you the implementation of what. Let me just show you. So I'll just open this up, and out here I'll select another date, which you can see out here, correct? It is coming up, right? Looking lovely. And out here, I will be able to see the proper array, correct? Now for changing or converting it, you can simply use date pipe, okay? Angular date pipe. So I think I have already shown you in the earlier videos how you can change it up. So in order to show that in the HTML, simply you can use this particular ones, all right? And you can use a function also directly out there called, I just forgot the name of the function. Let me just see. This is how you can give date.now, all right? So you can simply import or inject in the constructor the date pipe. Let me just show you the functionality if you have any issue. Let me do it just out here. Okay, I'll just have a function date format. This is the date pipe. You can simply have it out here. Let's say private date pipe. This is the one imported, right? Once that is imported, you can simply use it up out here. So it is going to return, transform the date and the format that you want. Simply pass it out here and you will get the proper date or the format that you are looking for. All right, so this is how you can use it up simply. So I'll just keep it out here. If you want to use it, definitely you can use it up. All right, so this is the whole stuff that you need to follow. Okay, and what's wrong out here? Why it is not showing anything? Let me cut, paste. Well, what's gone wrong? Let me just remove this and see. Okay, let me just do one thing. I'll save it out here and see why it's not working. Home. Alright, there is an error because I have to pass this date pipe in my, I just forgot, app.module.ts file. So let me just go to app. I have used Ctrl+P to open this up, okay? .module.ts file, and out here in the providers, let me break it down. I'll pass a comma, break it, and after this I'll simply pass date pipe. Okay, it is imported also, right? Now it is showing up nicely. So that is how it's going to work. And in the HTML, well, let me just change the color. Where was it actually? Yeah, out here I'll change the color back to tertiary. All right, that's gonna look nice. All right, so this is the whole stuff about the new ion datetime. I hope you have got all the information what you need to do exactly. All right, so not much of a change, but yeah, few things which we actually needed, which we were looking for in Ionic framework. We have got most of it. So I think it is pretty good documentation, and I hope they improve it in a later stage Also, regarding all this stuff, with the new introduction of ion-datetime-button, it's looking pretty good, right? So let's hope for the best. And this is what it's available in Ionic version 6.2. If you want to see what the other thing that is available in Ionic 6.2, let's see, 6.2 release, let's see, anything else? Yeah, announcing Ionic 6.2. 2nd of August it was being launched, okay, and today is 14 August, so I'm little late, but yeah, I'm making a video on that. As soon as I got time, I'm just making a video on that. So this is what the most important thing that they have covered with the ion date time. I hope nothing else is being done. The model, yeah, model also little bit changes are being done. And bottom sheet handler behavior, okay, where was it actually? Yeah, bottom sheet handler behavior, what have they done out here? Okay, handle behavior cycle. Okay, so they have introduced something else also. Well, this is the kind of stuff, whether this will be moving up and down automatically is likewise maybe. So that's what we have. I'll just make another video if you want to. Let me know in the comment section regarding that. I'll make another video on that. And toggle on and off also they have changed a bit by introducing enable on off label, so which is pretty nice actually. I have to try this up. I haven't tried this. Okay, then range active bar start point, what is it? Okay, this is, I have used it earlier in range, but this is looking awesome actually, so which is pretty nice to work with. Then what's next? Okay, they released a request for comments. Okay, section on our GitHub, you can give your comments if you want to, if you want any other changes out here, but yeah, that's fine. Okay, so these are the whole stuff that is introduced in the latest version of Ionic as of now. There will be a lot more coming up in the near future. So with this, I'll wrap up this video out here. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.